So the other day, I was trolling Facebook for a fight, you know, like you do, and I came across my friend Colton's status update. It was this picture. Yeah, that sounds about right. It's important to note that before we get into the dramatic reading section of this video, I had no particular thoughts about the phrase, men are trash. Sometimes my friend Colton and I use it when we're particularly frustrated with a male colleague or paramour, but in general, I don't really think about that phrase. What happens now is that I'm going to do a dramatic reading of the conversations that my friend Colton and I had with two separate trash men who were apparently oblivious to the irony. Let's begin. Get it?
Same goes for women.
No, I don't think so. Systemically looking at sexism and the patriarchal culture and norms that exist is where the phrase men are trash comes from. So the same doesn't go for women. Certainly women can be jerks and assholes, but men are trash speaks to something more than that. Not only that, but same goes for women is 100% missing the point of this post. There isn't a not all women movement.
Singling out men like that is sexist. Women are just as trashy as men are.
Nope, it's not sexist. You can't be sexist against men just like you can't be racist against white people. We single out men because male privilege exists, which is why men are trash is a phrase that exists, and as Bree mentioned, same goes for women misses the point. The not all men movement completely ignores the fact that all women, and really people in general, are at risk from violence that stems from toxic masculinity. Therefore, men are trash.
The message of your feminist movement is lost when you attack all men. Better find a better way to get your message across. Women are trash because they think they can hit a man without getting hit back. Shall we go there? Women privilege right there.
Yeah, that's not a thing that happens, and that's not a pervasive belief that exists. What the data does show is that violence against women by men is much higher than violence by women against men, and that violence in general is perpetrated more by men, as evidenced by the series of mass shootings that have been overwhelmingly white dudes. Again, you're missing the point. The phrase speaks to a much larger cultural phenomenon of toxic masculinity that exists and oppresses anyone who is not male. Also, I think it's a little dramatic to say that men are trash is the message of the feminist movement. It's a flippant phrase meant to comedically capture the very real distrust and fear women experience around men.
You're only trash if you feel like trash. Women aren't innocent little angels either.
At this point, I just quote to him. Men who aren't trash understand that the statement that men are trash doesn't apply to them.
Women who aren't trash understand the statement that women aren't trash doesn't apply to them.
Are you honestly saying that women and men are on such equal systemic footing in our world and culture?
You guys are hilarious. Let's insult a whole group based on the actions of a few.
Boy howdy, I wish it was just a few.
Bitch, bye.
I'm sorry. Did you just call me a bitch in an argument about the systemic oppression of women? And then here I just copy and pasted like 6 or 7 statistics about how women are more likely to be the victims of domestic assaults, how women are more likely to be sexually abused, etc. And then that trash man blocked Colton on Facebook, but before he did so, went through and made the laughing emoji on every single one of our argumentations. Yeah, he's a real charmer. And then there was another one. So this is a dramatic reading between me, my friend Colton, and Trashman 2.
Women are fat.
I guess if you aren't a fat woman, you're not offended? I don't know about that. I can't tell what your point is. Point, you can't make blanket statements about people and then say, well, that's not referring to you, don't be offended. Women are dumber than men. Well, some are, sure, but that's still a potentially offensive statement. Considering I live my life in fear of most men and have to make up fake burly nearby boyfriends when someone won't leave me alone after explicitly telling them I'm not interested, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I don't care that they're offended by a flippant phrase meant to comedically capture the very real distrust and fear women experience around men. Putting labels on people is never a resolution. Unless it's Trump. Fuck that guy, lol. Trump is a fantastic example of men being trash because 100% a woman acting the way Trump did on the campaign trail and after would not have gotten her elected. I can't believe it got anyone elected. I can. Women are crazy. I got called a bitch and crazy, all in the same thread about trying to prove systemic oppression against women. What a day! You're right. Men are trash and women aren't crazy. I'm sure glad microaggressions are fictional, otherwise I might start to get a little worried about the way that you think about women. I guess is like the conclusion. I started a new cafe press store. Enjoy. Men are trash. get over it. Or to use my new favorite, like, button phrase, men are trash, die mad about it.